There was a movie back in the early 2000s. I want to say it was the early 2000s called Mr. Deeds. And he had a butler. And his butler he used to call Sneaky Sneaky. The dude would just pop up out of nowhere. And you know what? That's Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes is sneaky sneaky when he comes to making moves as general manager. Now, again, I am very critical of Brad Holmes because I think it's some things that he's neglected, but I'm also very supportive, and I understand that he has not ruined the cap, and nor do I want him to, right? I just want him to not ignore the needs and get players that are going to make a difference so we can beat teams like the San Francisco 49ers, and we can beat teams at full strength like the two-time repeat champion, three-time champion, but repeat champion Kansas City Chiefs. But this guy, along with making moves in the middle of the night, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, people are asleep, he waking his kids up. This guy, one thing I can say about Brad Holmes that I do like, he will search the end of the earth for a player that does fit this team. Not to say that there's not a big name stud that doesn't fit this team, but he will search the end of the earth, and that's exactly what he did today. I just went right under the radar. I didn't even know this happened, so shout out to my guy CR and Mr. Poole from Twitter as well. Coming from Aaron Wilson, says Lions to host cornerback Qwan'tez Stiggers. Be careful now. For one of their 30 draft visits, per his agent, Fred Lyles, Stiggers excelled at the Shrine Bowl, didn't play college football, and is draft eligible after playing for Toronto Argonauts in the CFL in 2023. Now, the Detroit Lions get those 30 visits. They've already used one on a guy that didn't even play college football, and we're going to learn more about that as to why he didn't play. This is coming from fan-sided or All Lions. I don't want to confuse the two websites. Christian Boer says, Stiggers, a cornerback, is taking an unconventional route to professional football, not playing a snap of college football. He was set to enroll at Lane College in Tennessee, but dropped out after his father died. That's unfortunate. After not playing in college, he began work as a DoorDash driver. I can relate. I did that for 4 years, but am now retired. Before he began a career in the fan-controlled football league. I remember hearing about that. I think Johnny Manziel was in there. He would later sign with the Toronto Argonauts in the CFL, after also considering a career in the XFL, which is now the UFL after merging with the USFL. With the Argonauts, he blossomed into a standout player. He had 53 defensive tackles and 5 interceptions during the 2023 season, earning an invite to the East-West Shrine Bowl in the process. And we saw from the beginning, from that tweet from Aaron Wilson, that he kind of caught people's eye in the Shrine Bowl, right? So Brad Holmes has already signed a guy, the CFL Defensive Player of the Year in Matthew Betts, and has already brought in the Qwan'tez Stiggers, right? So this guy, and I'm going to put the link to some of his highlights in the comment section. Shout out to the CFL. I actually went to the CFL website. Their stats, it looks completely weird. You know, it's not often that I go over there, but this guy, we're talking about, you know what? I really do got to applaud Brad Holmes, because this guy will look anywhere for a football player. If you are a football player, and we talk about, now I'm not changing my stance at all. He still I don't believe grit is going to win us the Super Bowl, but I believe that there are players that you can bring in that fit exactly what we're trying to do, that will help this team, will be an impact player on this team. This guy looks pretty good. He looks pretty good, but to not play a lick of college football, to be a DoorDash driver, to potentially be in the XFL, to go to the CFL, you're talking about a route now that not many people can take. And if he doesn't scream grit, I don't know what does. So Brad Holmes, I take my hat off to you for how you will go anywhere to potentially find a player. And for this guy to be one of the pre-draft visits, you only get 30 of them. And for this guy to be one, so check this out. I saw as well that he's draft eligible. That's kind of crazy how that relationship works. So he didn't have to play in college to be draft eligible, but he is draft eligible. Now, he still has to be drafted. This guy could be a late round pick. He could be undrafted, but the Detroit Lions definitely have their eye on Qwan'tez. I've been calling him Qwan'tez Stiggers. Man, that would be something else. But again, doesn't change the fact that we need dogs on this team, specifically the defensive line. But I got to give my hat off to Brad Holmes for how he does this thing. Very wise with the money, hasn't broke the team, hasn't broken the bank, but he will search anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what does that mean for you and I? Could we have played in the NFL? Come on, man. It's crazy. So shout out to Qwan'tez, man. What a story that would be to tell your children. Like, I was driving for DoorDash. He saw me. I'm not laughing at the fact that he did that because I do it. A lot of people do it. And I did it for a long time. Supported my family off of it as well. But the fact that you never gave up, you never stopped at what you're trying to do. And like I said, if he doesn't scream grit, then what does? So it's going to be interesting. That's a guy to watch as we head into the draft process. That's one of the guys that I'm going to be kind of seeing is what, and you never know, the 7 rounds might pass. He might be an undrafted guy that could come in. But again, those stats or those highlights will be in the description below. So check them out. And also check out that membership button as well. And consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, almost at 20K. After we get to 20K, I'll kind of take my foot off the gas a bit because 20K is such a big deal. It's such a big deal. And again, that's the point where we do the giveaway for the Lions. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Qwan'tez Stiggers. Watch yourself in the comment section now. Watch yourself. You know, I already know where your mind is going. All right. Don't go there. All right. Let me know how you feel. And what do you think, man? Check out his highlights. Come back and tell me what you thought. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I remember when it sucked talking about Detroit. There was no fun. Now it is.